What's up, Admirals? Losty here, and today the excitement is real for this new HMS event. So many exciting events and ships like Lusty's sister number 4 Indami and the Unicorn retrofit that everyone has wanted, but in this video I want to talk about this girl right here, the UR of this event, HMS Vanguard, because she is just so amazing at support that I felt it was actually important enough to make a video addressing her. If you like Azur content that helps you improve at smashing sirens, do me a favor and give this video a like and subscribe. When I do make videos, it is for key events or turning points in the game that I truly believe are very important to emphasize. Now, why do I say Vanguard is a turning point in this game? It all revolves around her skills. And just as true when evaluating any ship, it's the unique skills that make or break the ship in terms of general usability or a best in slot position in your top fleets. For a very long time, most ships usually have skills that focus on themselves and performing self power-ups, which is fine, but a lot more recently, we've seen the emergence of skills that do fleet buff and cross-fleet buffing, and that has proven to be so much more effective and not just elevating the ship's own performance, but her fellow ships as well, and this ultimately results in significantly higher overall fleet performance. Among the effects, the all-time best skills have been the all damage taken or all damage dealt effects, because this is a straight multiplier to damage, and the few ships that do have skills like this, such as Helena's radar scan or Kazagumo's air raid for carriers, for example, have proven time and time again to be top contenders for the top performing fleets. And specifically for battleships, this all damage taken / all damage dealt really has not been made available. Until now, with the emergence of HMS Vanguard, and she has not just one, but 2 of these skills. So, let's take a look at these skills here. First one, as she loads her main gun, 100% chance for a special barrage, very nice. And here's the kicker, 8% BB/BC damage dealt for 6 seconds. Straightforward 8% damage dealt from the BB main fleet. You just want to make sure that Vanguard is the first ship to load the salvo, which really should not be a problem, thanks in part by the second skill. Increase accuracy by 12% and reload by 20% of self. Amazing. Accuracy is always much needed for battleships, and the 20% reload on self should easily allow her to load first for you to take full advantage of the first skill. But wait, there's more. 2 seconds after an enemy spawns in, increase that enemy's all damage taken by 10%. And it appears there's not even a timer for this, which means this is just a straight up all damage taken by 10%, which is mind-blowing. Now, I don't think this applies for PvP exercises because the fleets are technically not spawned in, but this should apply for basically anything else, from mobs to bosses to the meta fight and even arbiters. They all spawn in after the battle begins, which means if you have Vanguard in the fleet that's engaging, boom, 10% all damage dealt by all your ships onto the target, basically for the rest of the battle. I cannot stress how amazing that is. This skill goes on to also provide a cross-fleet buff to HMS Vanguard ships, which is fine, and now the UR customary cross-fleet barrage at 30 seconds, which is great for that 4 oil mob fleet. Now we have pretty much a full main fleet of cross-fleet barrage using NJ, UVH, and now Vanguard, kicking Shinano from that final position because Shinano's cross-fleet barrage is not very consistent. Still, an amazing slot in to the cross-fleet barrage ship. The first two skills are already so good, the last skill is just icing on the cake. We have here secondary gun that always crits, which is more of a PvP related skill, I guess, since in PvE, the main fleet is usually so far back that the battleship secondary guns rarely play a role in the fight other than bomber boats. Also, 30% increase in anti-air efficiency for Self if she's using a Royal Navy gear. No problem here since the best anti-air gear for battleships are Royal Navy anyways. And decrease the flagship main gun spread by 2. Not bad at all. So, how does this now change the formation of our top fleets? Well, sorry FDG. Unfortunately, it seems your time to fall out of grace has come. In the best in slot battleship fleet, we now have New Jersey, Ulrich von Hutten, UVH, and Vanguard. FDG did well for a very long time as the big damage dealer in that battleship fleet, but being outperformed by New Jersey damage-wise and not providing any real support for other ships, she was on the chopping block for a while, and Vanguard now finally swoops in to take that spot as the real support role. Although it is likely that FDG does a little bit more damage on a solo basis compared to Vanguard, the 8% all damage dealt for NJ and UVH and the 10% all damage dealt for the entire fleet should be more than enough to cover the difference in solo performance, and will prove to enhance the overall battleship fleet, thus giving Vanguard the best in slot position in the battleship fleet. If you had to run only a single and mixed fleet, such as meta fights for example, I could be wrong, but I do not think Vanguard has a place in the existing maximum damage fleet that is currently New Jersey, Shinano, Haku. Only because there is so much synergy between Shina, Haku, and Kazugumo that if you replace Shina or Haku, it unravels the cross buffing and might actually end up decreasing fleet performance. I certainly need to test to verify, but Vanguard is not in a position to solo outperform New Jersey in terms of damage, and unraveling the IJN trio might put the overall fleet negative in damage, even if the enemy is taking 10% damage, all damage due to Vanguard's skill. So I do still think in a single mixed fleet scenario, top slots are still NJ, Shina, and Haku, but if you don't have Shina or Haku maxed out, Vanguard is certainly the top contender for that third position. So, recap, HMS Vanguard is now best in slot ship in the battleship only fleet, being now New Jersey, UVH, and Vanguard. Vanguard prefers an all battleship fleet to take full advantage of her first skill, but even in a mixed fleet, 10% all damage all the time is just so good that she is going to be at the top of the list to pick on any generic fleet. HMS Vanguard is an amazing ship that you do not want to miss, so I wish all you admirals luck in acquiring this amazing ship, and good luck conquering the seas against the Sirens.